Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anubha Rohabki with the Midday News. The headlines. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presents Union Budget for 2023-24 in Parliament. Rebate limit for income taxpayers increased from 5 lakh to 7 lakh rupees. India's economic growth for current financial year pegged at 7%. Capital investment outlay to be increased by 33% to 10 lakh crore rupees. Effective capital expenditure is budgeted at 13.7 lakh crore rupees. For railways, highest ever capital outlay of 2.4 lakh crore rupees announced. Agriculture credit target to be increased to 20 lakh crore rupees with focus on animal husbandry, dairy and fisheries. Agriculture Accelerator Fund to be set up to encourage agri-startups. Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad, to be supported as Center of Excellence to make India a global hub for Sri Anna. Prime Minister PVTG Development Mission to be launched to improve social-economic condition of the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. PM Vishwakarma Kaushal Samman package announced for traditional artisans and craftspeople to be integrated with MSME value chain. 100 critical transport infrastructure projects to be taken up on priority with an investment of 75,000 crore rupees. 35,000 crore rupees priority capital investment to promote green economy. And maximum deposit limit for senior citizens savings scheme enhanced from 15 lakh to 30 lakh rupees. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented Union Budget for 2023-24 in Parliament today. She said that the Indian economy is on the right track and is heading towards a bright future despite challenging times. Ms. Sitharaman said economic growth in the current year is estimated to be at 7%.
In the 75th year of our independence, the world has recognized the Indian economy as a bright star. Our current year's economic growth is estimated to be at 7%. It is notable that this is the highest among all the major economies. This is in spite of the massive slowdown globally caused by COVID-19 and the war. The Indian economy is therefore on the right track and despite a time of challenges, heading towards a bright future.
The Finance Minister said this is the first budget in the Amrit Kal.
This is the first budget in Amrit Kal. This budget hopes to build on the foundation laid in the previous budget and the blueprint drawn for India at 100. We envision a prosperous and inclusive India in which the fruits of development will reach all sections and citizens, especially our youth, women, farmers, OBCs, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes.
The Finance Minister announced that the capital investment outlay will be increased by 33% to 10 lakh crore rupees, which would be 3.3% of the GDP.
Coming to 2023-24, the total receipts other than borrowings and the total expenditure are estimated at 27.2 lakh crores and 45 lakh crores respectively. The net tax receipts are estimated at 23.3 lakh crores. The fiscal deficit is estimated to be 5.9% of the GDP.
To spur investment in infrastructure, Ms. Sitharaman said the government has decided to continue the 50-year interest-free loan to state governments for one more year to incentivize them for complementary policy actions with a significantly enhanced outlay of 1.3 lakh crore rupees. To increase opportunities for private investment in infrastructure, the government has established Infrastructure Finance Secretariat, which will assist all stakeholders for more investment in railways, roads, urban infrastructure and power.
Will assist all stakeholders for more private investment in infrastructure, including railways, roads, urban infrastructure and power, which are predominantly depend on public resources. The harmonized master list of infrastructure will be reviewed by an expert committee for recommending the classification and financing framework suitable for Amrit Kal.
Focusing on the agriculture sector, Ms. Sitharaman said an Agriculture Accelerator Fund will be set up to encourage agri-startups by young entrepreneurs in rural areas. The fund will aim at bringing innovative and affordable solutions for challenges faced by farmers. The Finance Minister also announced that agriculture credit target will be increased to 20 lakh rupees, 20 lakh crore rupees with focus on animal husbandry, dairy and fisheries.
The Indian Institute of Millet Research, ideally Indian Institute of the Sri Anna Research, Hyderabad will be supported as the center of excellence for sharing best practices, research and technologies at the international level.
Ms. Sitaraman said a plan will be implemented to set up massive decentralized storage capacity to help farmers store their produce and realize remunerative prices through sale at appropriate times. Ms. Sitaraman said the government will bear an expenditure of about 2 lakh crore rupees to supply free food grain to all Antyodaya and priority households for the next 1 year under PMGKAY.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, we ensured that no one goes to bed hungry with a scheme to supply free food grains to over 80 crore persons for 28 months. Continuing our commitment to ensure food and nutritional security, we are implementing from 1st January 2023 a scheme to supply free food grain to all Antyodaya and priority households for the next 1 year under PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. The entire expenditure of about 2 lakh crore will be borne by the central government.
Stating that traditional artisans and craftspeople have brought India renown for centuries, the Finance Minister said that for the first time, a package of assistance under PM Vishwakarma Kaushal Samman has been conceptualized for them. The aim is to enable them to improve the quality, scale and reach of their products and integrating them with the MSME value chain. In a further push for the government's objective of housing for all, the Finance Minister said the outlay for Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana will be enhanced by 66%.
PM Awas Yojana. The outlay for PM Awas Yojana is being enhanced by 66% to over 79,000 crores. Bharat Shared Repository of Inscriptions will be set up in a digital epigraphy museum with digitization of 1 lakh ancient inscriptions in the first stage.
Shifting her focus towards the education sector, the Finance Minister announced that 157 new nursing colleges will be established in co-location with the existing 157 medical colleges established since 2014. She said the centre will recruit teachers and support staff for the Eklavya Model Residential Schools.
Eklavya Model Residential Schools. In the next 3 years, Centre will recruit 38,800 teachers and support staff for the 740 Eklavya Model Residential Schools, which is serving 3.5 lakh tribal students.
With an aim to improve the socio-economic conditions of the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, PVTGs, the Finance Minister announced that the Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission will be launched.
Pradhan Mantri PVTG, which is Primitive Vulnerable Tribal Groups Development Mission, is being launched. To improve socio-economic conditions of the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, the PVTGs as we refer them to, Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission will be launched. This will saturate PVTG families and habitations with basic facilities such as safe housing, clean drinking water and sanitation, improved access to education, health, nutrition, road and telecom connectivity and sustainable livelihood opportunities. An amount of 15,000 crores will be made available to implement the mission in the next 3 years.
Announcing relief for poor persons who are in prisons and unable to afford the penalty or the bail amount, the Finance Minister announced required financial support will be provided to them. Ms. Sitaraman said a mission to eliminate sickle cell anemia by 2047 will be launched. This will entail awareness creation, universal screening of 7 crore people in the age group of 0 to 40 years in the affected tribal areas. The Finance Minister announced that a central assistance will be given to Upper Bhadra project in drought-prone central region of Karnataka.
The drought-prone central regions of Karnataka, central assistance of 5,300 crore will be given to Upper Bhadra project to provide sustainable micro-irrigation and filling up of surface tanks for drinking water.
The Finance Minister has announced major concessions for individual taxpayers. The rebate limit has been hiked from existing 5 lakh rupees per annum to 7 lakh rupees in the new tax regime.
Currently, those with income up to 5 lakh do not pay any tax, do not pay any income tax in both old and new regimes. I propose to increase the rebate limit to 7 lakh. I propose to increase the rebate limit to 7 lakh in the new tax regime. Thus, persons in the new tax regime with income up to 7 lakh will not have to pay any tax at all. The second proposal relates to middle-class individuals. I had introduced in the year 2020 the new personal income tax regime with.
And now we go live to listen to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's reaction to the budget.
साथियों, परंपरागत रूप से अपने हाथ से औजारों और टूल्स से कड़ी मेहनत कर कुछ न कुछ सृजन करने वाले करोड़ों विश्वकर्मा इस देश के निर्माता हैं। लोहार, सुनार, कुम्हार, सुथार, मूर्तिकार, कारीगर, मिस्त्री, अनगिनत लोगों की बहुत बड़ी लंबी लिस्ट है। इन सभी विश्वकर्माओं की मेहनत और सृजन को देश इस बजट में पहली बार अनेक प्रोत्साहन योजना लेकर के आया है। ऐसे लोगों के लिए ट्रेनिंग, टेक्नोलॉजी, क्रेडिट और मार्केट सपोर्ट की व्यवस्था की गई है। पीएम विश्वकर्मा कौशल सम्मान यानी पीएम विकास करोड़ों विश्वकर्माओं के जीवन में बहुत बड़ा बदलाव लाएगा।
Coming back to the budget, the Finance Minister has exempted excise duty on GST paid compressed biogas to avoid cascading of taxes on blended compressed natural gas. To further provide impetus to green mobility, customs duty exemption has been extended to import of capital goods and machinery required for manufacture of lithium-ion cells for batteries used in electric vehicles. The Finance Minister announced that a capital outlay of 2.4 lakh crore rupees has been provided for the railways, the highest ever outlay, about 9 times of the outlay made in 2013-14. She also announced that Phase 3 of the e-courts project will be launched with an outlay of 7,000 crore for efficient administration of justice. Industry bodies and common people have lauded the union budget as growth-oriented. The Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry FICCI President Subhrakant Panda termed the budget as balanced and progressive and one that gives primacy to inclusive growth. Common people have also welcomed the budget, calling it future vision for the country's development. Talking to AIR News, people said the budget provides a big relief to the middle class with increased income tax slab. Both the Houses of Parliament have been adjourned for the day after the presentation of the Union Budget 2023-24. After the presentation of the budget in the Lok Sabha, the Finance Bill 2023 was also introduced in the House. Later, the Union Budget was tabled in the Rajya Sabha. Investors have also welcomed the Union Budget 2023-24. The Sensex and the Nifty surged more than 0.5% in the afternoon trade. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presents Union Budget for 2023-24 in Parliament. Rebate limit for income taxpayers increased from 5 lakh to 7 lakh rupees. India's economic growth for current financial year is pegged at 7%. Capital investment outlay to be increased by 33% to 10 lakh crore rupees. Effective capital expenditure budgeted at 13.7 lakh crore rupees. For railways, highest ever capital outlay of 2.4 lakh crore rupees announced. Agriculture credit target to be increased to 20 lakh crore rupees with focus on animal husbandry, dairy and fishes. Institute of Millet Research Hyderabad to be supported as Center of Excellence to make India a global hub for Shri Anna. And with that, we end the Midday News.